Hey guys, it's Tartan coming next for another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're here in 190 Expanded, playing Wu Jing. We are the Duke of the Lower Yangtze. It doesn't say that we have a duchy title. Bit sad, but we're going to deal with it. So we're just rolling in down here. We've got several quite strong armies, and some not so strong armies. We let him trick us by getting us onto the water here, but you know. At this point, if we can vassalize him, yeah, we'll just do this. Because, again, even if he's a jerk, it doesn't matter. We didn't give him autonomy, so I think he was on the very back foot there, but chasing him down would have been annoying, right? So here, I think we just besiege it. And if they take a field battle, then, you know, they've got scary heroes, but their army isn't so good. We've got, you know, we've got some punch, we've got our engineers, got some good cav and some good heroes. So I think we'll be okay. Yep. And we left sort of in the middle of that turn yesterday. So here we just want to march up this way for no particular reason, honestly. You know, they're just going on a circuit. They're just going to show the flag. And we're already building everywhere. Yes. Which is amazing. We've got such a promising setup. We have too many non-family members in the faction, but that's okay. He's offering to aid us in our war. Yeah, sure. Everybody now is like clamoring for one of the few remaining acceptable enemies, but I'm like, yeah, you know, we could just we could go try to grab the Emperor. That would be funny. But not really what we're doing in this playthrough. And honestly, we'd probably hit King before we got him anyway. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, the Emperor doesn't disappear just because somebody hits the top. You know, it's if you kick off the era. Han Lin, you want us to defend you? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is great, yeah. Having a lot of vassals that are small and crummy, too, is fine for this. As long as, you know, nobody you care about attacks them. Because when the people on the periphery do it, you get to impress them. Is that Zhou Yu? Is he fighting for Ni Xiaoda? I think maybe. Yeah, here we go. And now we're getting all sorts of bonuses. This is very good indeed. When we picked up those new vassals, you know, this is what we wanted. And the Yellow Turbans, so crucially, the Yellow Turbans are trying to wait us out. That's not going to work. We have so many military supplies in this army, which lets us do what we like. And there's a mission to give Duosi enough food. I guess, you know, he's under the umbrella LL of the Han, since he is, you know. Yes, all right, so we need to get the lowest level people who won't have desirable assignments. And give him this follower for surplus markets. Oh, he's already got it. And we haven't been using it. It's alright. We'll get to it. Surplus markets, I think, the commerce one anyway, so it's not the one that I was thinking of. But yeah, so we are, yeah, this siege is going perfectly. We're just going to keep on doing it then, right? Yeah, it says we're going to have a crushing defeat, but yeah, we will tunnel under the wall. I've never done this before, but, you know, if they let us get this, then, yeah. Because normally, right, normally you're in your enemy lands, so you'd be very messed up. But here in the south, once you get that title for plus 20, and we got 10 from the character and 40 from the character, so at plus 40 here, you know, we can just besiege them as long as we want, which is perfect. And there's the island adventure. You know, the video is titled that, but really it was about the islands we imagined along the way. Yes, it is indeed Joyu. He is melodic as anything. $30K a turn is just the most juice. It's like having a spy here with you wouldn't hurt. Oh yeah, there's like Shuhong. Well, you know, everybody needs a little bit of heat in there, because we could probably try to you know, make some people upset. Oh no. All right. He's probably going to get caught. It's all right. Daoshang already doesn't like us, right? Yeah, he already doesn't like us. He quite dislikes us, in fact. Can he do anything about it? Nah. Nah, he's not that kind of tough. And, you know, Sulong is now going on an adventure. Love that. That's great. Yep, alright. Moved here. Level 7 city. That just means that this would be a big fight if we had it. But no, we'll just wait for these guys to roll up. Probably could have got on the water, but then we would have been on the water, which isn't that desirable, right? Yes, speaking of desirable, what are the unique units here? Xiaozhou line breakers, which are slow swinging, massive AP fighters with a big charge bonus. You know, let's get one of them, right? I feel like getting one of a thing like that is always cool. What's the level 6 thing here look like? Warriors of the Parole. Okay, I think they have a couple of javelins, maybe. They just have 2 ammo. Maybe it's a couple of shots from a bow, but then yeah, and then they're I mean they're fine enough fighters, decent, cool little units. They're no Wu Engineer or Danyang Elite Spear, of course. All right, good stuff. Cool little unit though. You know, I like and two, if they have, you know, like if you have poison shot or something like that, you know, just a couple of shots from something could make a big difference. Southern Shannon does. It doesn't really hit the things that we're caring about. I think we go for the prestige web here, right? We just start angling for that. We'll do the teaching assignment here because this is where all the action's happening now. No, yeah, surplus markets is the good one. We just are doing it everywhere else. All right, so we only have one more assignment. Surplus it here from her level 1. Well, he's actually a lot cooler of a unit. So many assignments, so much time to get more in. All right, let's get some buildering going on. Let us just get to buildering. And here, the food is somewhat less important. Is that true? Yeah, we'll just take the commerce income here. Why not, right? This peasantry, yeah, what a champ of a place, right? 3K out of peasantry here, 3 million people in Yuzhong. You know, don't let anybody tell you that peasantry income isn't good. It may not be good if you're not in this mod, but it's good. It is so, so good. It'll be summer. Now our favor is fine. The Duchy of Wu is moved up in estimation. You know, a lot of people's favor is getting fine, but you know, some of them not so much. Yeah, you can only make someone an enemy of the Han if you're controlling the Emperor. Yeah, we'll just you know, all's well. When you get 10 Imperial favor a turn, it's more of a mechanic that you do realize exists, but not one that you gotta, like, think about existing. Like, looking at our vassal list, too, most of them even like us. A lot of them, the best of them, do like us. But let's see if we can talk to... Lady Wu about something. I'm like, what if... Probably got all the vassals, because the only vassal really left is the Duchy of Zhong, who would hate to be our vassal, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't be an awesome idea.
好的，请讲。
But all the land we can trade to them is like good land. The autonomy gets us to 19. I mean, we very much could, you know, look for... You know, 4 silvers, you know, and then we're at -6, you know, because, I mean, objectively very funny to do. You know, why not? After all, we are the Southern Hegemon, and everyone is just playing ball. Yeah, and then yeah, we'll definitely be able to make this work. Boom, baby. This is going to make everybody upset. However, do we care? Nope. Yuan Shu, under the vassalage umbrella of the South. We're a respected duke, right? we're a respected guy. And of course, that one is probably worth 3,000 or 4,000. 2,700 from them, yep. Alright, and now... I mean, look at that map, right? That's a peaceful China. Does Chen Wen want war even after these messages? Yeah, why don't we just... I'm like, will he take vassalage? No, never. But we can just squeeze him for a little bit of cash. And a fish. We can squeeze him for 1 fish. Worth it.
这很合理。
Total peace hammer is achieved. Think you want to work for me? No, he doesn't. But yes, we are just straight rolling over the foe. Everything is awesome, and our strategic position couldn't possibly be better, right? We're dealing with these fools. This arm, like, many of these armies just don't need to be down here anymore, but we have to wait till we sort things out to really get there. Right, right. We don't need to upgrade the other buildings there because we're going to give somebody that land. Who? Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe one of the Juga crowd. Maybe somebody else. Zhongchao is still at war with us, but I'm pretty sure Cao Cao is going to roll him up in no time at all. And it's so funny, like, how, you know, because you look at every period in Chinese history, and very often you get to a situation where it's like, well, you know, if people could have just left well enough alone. Oh, speaking of leaving well enough alone, they're attacking me. This is alright. We have an invisible army, so we're just going to beat them down. Ba-da-dum. And even if they do beat us, we'll just retreat some afterward, which is fine. I don't think they'd be able to hit us on the follow-up. So they're really, you know, putting themselves into quite a position anyway. Alright, where do we think they'll be? I'm thinking we can go just like so and figure they'll be over here. Yeah, it seems fine. And they're just gonna be right here, and then they're gonna turn around, and we're gonna shoot them. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Yep, that's exactly what happens. So what we do is go in. Oh my god, that's pretty good. Just go in and immediately, I'm like, either we'll get unhorsed or we won't. But what we're going to do is really show them what's up. Yep, there we go. Hit a roar here. Absolutely brutal work. We're going to go ahead and take this tower here. Yeah, this is absolutely how it's done, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, speaking of how it's done, they're right behind us, aren't they? I totally forgot that this army was coming here. The G infantry gets surrounded and roared. Pretty bad. We're gonna take this fight. Yeah. It is fine, of course. We just wanted a decisive victory for reasons, but we're just gonna go here and here. Hit these Raider Cav and these Raider Cav. Now, of course, he's not really a duelist as such. He's more of a thinker. But what we're gonna do here with Jotai is run into the rear of this block, break them open as we go on the flank here. Unfortunately, you know, we've got all the fire arrows coming in here at them. Now these cav are embroiled in the trees. Not great. We're just gonna bounce out here. We win the duel very handily. Qingong is, you know, he's being a thinker about it. Oh, the Yu Yao is here. That makes a lot of sense. All right, and then the heavy swords can go here. And we just need to get to the back here. Oh yeah, these merc archers. That's doing okay. We're definitely, you know, what we did was go very close to where their people were, but you know that's all right. He's a sentinel. He's got tenacity of steel. I still think it's a fine idea. We're a killer, right? We're a killer. We need to get these Marines here on the peasant band, and these Cav can get engaged. Whatever happened with these Cav? Oh, they charged over there. You know, we probably told them to. Here, this roar could have been bad, but I think we get away with it. Yep, there we go, and Joe Tai's force cracks in there. We're just going to go like so. We need the archers over, the cav over this way, and then we'll run here into the trees. Beautiful. Actually, let's stay here, yeah. Panchong gets his 2 duels in a battle. You know, a good vanguard is worth his weight. You know, we're probably not going to get that decisive victory that we're looking for the Oathswornery, but we'll have one set up at the level 7 city here before too long, and, you know, if Liu Yao wants to join us, that's okay with me. He's got plenty of family members doing good work, and, you know, it's all a big misunderstanding. I'm sure that's why he declared war on me in the first place, anyway. But the Stalwart Axes doing great work. 88 morale. It must have been, yeah. Oh, the duel gave us 25. Okay. No, it is a flat 20% off of the top for the evasion and armor for this ability. You know, it just goes all around. Sometimes, like the Blue Blade and the Blade of Zhongnu, it's like it says 25% armor, but it doesn't mean 25% total of it, right? But here we go. Rocking it out. Beautiful work out of this army. You know, this is an army without engineers. An army with engineers, you know, is the same as this army, but with engineers. But right on time, you know. I think Wu Jing is old now, right? Because he's like 30 when you start. And everybody is old at around 210 if they're 30 when they start. But he's only 60, but, you know, we do have to think about the future. Fortunately, he's not like a battlefield presence so much as a great retinue presence. So anybody that inherits his retinue would be pretty good, too. This guy is an attentive secretary. Oh. He is very good at attending. We will release him. We were going to do that anyway, of course. Bum 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 bum.
都放了吧。
The Yellow Turban rebellion is no more. Zhang, like the wind, he runs out, gets some extra experience. Just like the wind does, Sima Yi has come out from his reclusedom, and the coiled dragon is there. You know, and actually, like, why not give him the title, right? He did just earn it. He's the risk-taking ambusher, but why not give him the title? He did just earn it. Boom, baby. Now he has even more health for doing fun things. We go across the top. That'll get us to flaming shot in just one hit. And right now does give us the freedom of the multi-bolt. And then we can swap to a Reggie Archer here. Kind of want to keep those dudes, but here... Like, no, you're the infantry guy. A smasher for you. And these militia, now that we... Oh, well, we're getting a little more there. No, one mounted archer. Yeah. We need that. And it being in his retinue is fine. Because the axes being there... I mean, it's fine. It doesn't matter where they are, really. These militia, do we just... Could just get another smasher, you know. Nah, let's just get a nice purple infantry with a shield. Well, we've got 3 or 4 of those already. You know, why not another smasher, right? Right. But we get a decisive there. They weren't on the field, so I don't think we can capture them there from right. But you know, it's still it's about sending a message. $84K and Panjang gets to level 5, which bam, there's our engineers, right? Getting to flames is pretty amazing, but no, we're gonna get mighty knockback for the retinue. Now this army is suddenly very respectable, and then we'll. This is an invisible army too, which again we might drop at some point, but maybe not immediately. Yeah, let's all be there. It'll be a big party just for you. And we have a zound of cash. Let's just make it work in the most important way. Yeah, we'll have you do. Man, look at all of his assignments. What a dude. But well, no, industrial exploitation. Yeah, you know, why not? You know, we don't really need him in the place for the higher level stuff. I mean, although it doesn't hurt, nothing ever hurts. Everything makes everything awesome. Our sage with the wide eyebrows doing great. Yeah, our okay, I thought the experience only kicked at the end of an assignment, but I guess it happens every now and then. Well, that's wonderful. We're just going across the bottom here because the spear, anything to get close to a lucky pearl, but we're probably going to wait for them to get off of their assignment anyway. Well, I mean, just because, look, the assignment's a great thing to be doing. While we do want these people in an army, the assignments are the premium way to, you know, get people experience without having them in an army. Yes, and we will do the sapping, and then after that we'll do the battle after that. I've never done the sapping thing before, but oh, that reminds me. We will also make Cao Ren the commander who scales city walls, and that will that'll give us the fire arrows in this army. But we'll do that next turn. I've never done the sappers. I don't know if it just like lets you go like through a wall, or if it makes the wall fall down in an area. But we'll see. I would assume it makes the wall fall down in an area. But you know what happens when you assume? People die. Here, we just go to tier 8 smooth. Yeah, and then boost here. It's so awesome having places finish up. Do we... I mean... Yes, we do. We're just going up everywhere. We're going to be running low on food one of these days, but no, not if we behave well here. So this is pure peasantry in Jindu, so we can just... We've got great... Yeah, let's just hit the tax building here. Or, well... Going to level 10 here is, I mean, fine, but no, let's just get the tax building, build it in a turn, and then that'll make the biggest one turn impact. I mean, it's probably going to be worth like 500. And they're free, you know, not like money's an object anymore. I mean, you can use money as an object. We have so stinking much cash, feels good. Taishi, someone? The daughter of Taishitsi, mayhaps? A spy from Song, perhaps? Oh, Mighty Knockback from Rennie. Oh, this is this guy, yeah. And gets a range block chance to it, but I'm pretty sure he's a spy, too. Bum, bum, bum. You know, I just want everyone in China to get along forever and to be happy. I don't think we need this army here. Well, I mean, the thing is like, where do we need armies, right? There's been a terrible outbreak of peace recently. But, you know, who knows how long it'll last. Kung Sin Zan running around, you know, we saved his life. The Song's ambitions in a lot of these areas very much been frustrated by our amazing work with the vassalage network. Yeah, so the attitude, we see that a lot of people don't like us anymore, but plenty of people do. And the Duchy of Zhong, I'm sure, will, like, trend positive-ish eventually. Yeah, he hates all of the treaties with his enemies, but hey, I mean, he should be realizing that it's all to his benefit, and maybe we'll get to take his heir next year. Let's see, everything's done? Yes. Because I think, actually, because decisive victories are good for, like, friends and Oathsworn stuff, I think bringing a whole bunch of armies to one place is the way to do it, which makes sense, too, you know? How do you become Oathsworn people? You fight with them in the fires of Mount Doom and all that. Yes, well, you know, Chen Wen couldn't help himself and hates Panlin so much that he attacks him. You know, even though we just signed peace, it's fine. You know, we've been building a lot of reliability, so we're still in the positives. Hopefully that won't happen too many more times. Ma Teng declared war on Lady Wu. How dare you? How dare you? How very dare you? Zhang Chao gets popped there. Very surprising. And Wu Fen gets Beloved Lord for our... Oh yeah, Wu Fen, that's our son. He's the sign of the Wu clan of the Wu country, of Wu commandery. Maybe wooden and woolly in matters of wooing, but is skilled at wushu and certainly not a wuss. And that is his flavor text, which we delightfully relate to you now.
那就快点吧。你的头脑很清晰。
But a lot of people are mad about the whole treaties with their enemies thing, but that wears off after a bit. And we're quite strong. And that doesn't wear off, you know, the strength stays with you.
杀呀！烈火燎原，心怀怒火，奋勇杀敌。拿起武器，正在行进。
我们知道该走哪条路。
释放怒火，消灭敌
So we
军。
just take the... I'm like, well, actually, you know. Maybe we don't just take the... Okay, he...
见识一下我们的激
I
情。
think we're seeing that flaming arrows, that fire arrows is enough to get the multi-bolt crossbow with fire arrows. That's what I think we're seeing, unless something else is going on here. But I believe that is the case. Which I had long believed because I felt like I had had fire arrows on, like, a commander at some point. From Composure. But yeah, because he doesn't, yeah, it's Night Battle, but that doesn't give the fire, yeah, so I think fire arrows at all is the thing and not flaming shot, even though it says flaming shot here, which, to be clear, is excellent. There's so many more ways to get fire arrows, and it keeps commanders in a good spot there, but there you go. You don't need flaming shot, you only need fire arrows. And that, of course, is very nice. Either one of them would work, probably. But yeah, we're just going to, we're going to do this ourselves, because, hey, this is a big enough siege, and a cool enough map, and, you know, Liu Yao's here, and we'll have a brawl.
打铁方要趁热时出击。
The title's kind of a lie. Wu Jing's not really going to go to the island. Someone else is dealing with the island stuff. You'll be alright.
以野火燎原之势扫清敌人。
Did I quick save it? I don't remember.
缩短，我等却不可早些。
Alright, so there's one Bastion Artillery right here on this side. This army's going to come out here, and they can deal with that. But yeah, so we'll, because we do have Snipe as the thing, which is going to make it potentially messy. But not here, right? Because they won't see this group of Fire Arrow guys. Yeah. And if they do, it won't be the end of the world if they get caught. But I think they won't even see them. But yeah, but we'll shoot there. And there. And we've got all these engineers here. Oh, right. They don't know where to be because our other armies weren't even visible yet. Amazing. And Liu Chong on the wall here. Doing great. Can't shoot at a tower without that, but, you know, that's okay. And just like that, we're going to start picking apart these arrow towers. Beautiful work. Oh, we actually, we didn't have fire arrows on, but it's okay. Like, those dudes are... Some of these cav that are beat up, we'll just go ahead and have withdraw beforehand to get more fresh forces onto the field. Yeah, the snipe and fire arrows is quite hilarious for dealing with your problems. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is how to siege a place with 3 armies. But I mean, unironically, that is how to do it.
我军已摧毁敌军哨楼。
Like, oh, it's this fort tower it's burning. I'm like, what is even shooting at us? All to the good. Yeah, we can get all the somewhat spent cavalry out. Yeah, there we go. Some more multi-bolts. No, these are the same old multi-bolts. Boom, boom, boom. Because we're about to engineer this wall up.
敌方哨楼被毁。
Yeah, they are, you know, they're trying to defend the square, which is smart, right? This is just what I would do. Alright, now the important thing. Can we throw it right here? Can we oil the center? I don't think that worked. Can we oil on this side of it from here? From the outside, can we throw oil in? You know, I don't think so. They smoke bomb there, pretty annoying, but it's fine. If they get on the wall... we can knock the wall down. Alright, yeah, so the oil trickery doesn't quite work like that. Yeah, I'm like, let's just bust in, right? What are they gonna do? What indeed? Like, yeah, it's a party. Oh yeah, and then we've got Flames. He's a crazy good character. I love this faction so much. I'm sure I don't have to convince anybody of that. I say it all the time. Aha! Are y'all gonna get up on the wall? They are! Beautiful! We're about to see... We're about to see the strength. Nope, they run. Too bad. Alright, maybe someone else will get to the wall. I just like knocking the wall down. Yambai having himself a whole time up in there. Let's get the crew in, right? Yeah, there we go. Flames, flames, flames. Flames, flames, flames. And then this route is going to crack the whole thing, right? They're gonna... Yeah. An awesome. An elite. We're getting shot up by these towers very badly, though. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, these guys stopped running because of that dang... The dang smoke bomb, you know? It works so well. Like, alright, so here are these multi-bolts striking true. I mean, maybe a little. The further across the wall it is, the better it would be, though. I mean, no, they're getting plenty of kills. Let's just leave them to their thing, you know. If they're getting 100 kills across the wall, they're doing their part. An epic siege, and this is why I like to bring 3 armies to a 2-army fight. Because it lets me feel happy and strong. Look at that flame. Oh, man. Beautiful work. Flames, flames, flames. We tried to make the tower, but we clicked away. It probably didn't help our cause. But, you know, the thing about our armies is they're so good that we only have to use small components of them in order to be successful. And these guys are just running around, just straight vanguarding it, right? Just saying, all right, let's charge into the spears, and then you hit them with the flames, and I'll hit them with the flames, and then no more spears, no more problem. You want a duel? He does want a duel. And we're gonna, you know, cheat. And by that I mean bring the strategists in. Jotai gets engaged in single combat. He's already ticking Tenacity of Steel up. Of course, Jotai is quite fighty, but we're gonna be able to help here. Because, you know, a Sentinel without evasion and armor is just waiting to get struck for 6,000 a turn. And we are just gonna roll in, hit him with the old wisdom of the old river. And see how smart he feels after all that's said and done. Yeah, we'll see then. Won't we just? Into the city center with the big guys. Jotai has emerged victorious. Surprising, I mean me. I'm super surprised that we did it, you know. Hey, look, Ma, we made it. And this guy wants to duel me as well. The great thing about Jotai is he's a nice dude, so he always leaves them with 1 HP remaining. This guy does not have any of the benefits of the previous duel. With Analyze Weakness on, well, he's got Adamant Resolve. Well, that'll help him, you know, but not a lot. The Adamant Man will pass. The Adamant. The Adequate Pup.
敌方士兵正
It's
在
an
退逃。
aqueduct pipe. It leads straight to the city. Anyway, there is your Rockadoodle reference for the day. I'm just kidding. You might get a couple more. What a great duel. What a great time. Here in the ashes of the city. Jotai just having a party. You know, for all that I don't like him because he doesn't get money knocked back on his retinue, he is amazing and his weapon's good, and we're not taking it away from him anymore. We're gonna let him be himself and let him join our parties, right? Because I just gotta believe, right? I like Roar and I like other stuff, but I mean, he's a strong dude. He's a nice guy with a good personality, and importantly, he spares people that he wins in duels, which is very clutch, right? There's plenty of times when it's like, oh man, we're fighting an army with, like, you know, they don't have their resilience up or something. But if you get a duelist who you know will win, and they're, you know, think about vanguards too, is because they don't have evasion. If you have some way of giving it to them or of decreasing your enemy's evasion, you know, it's easier for you to get a duel with them. 400 kills on Le Man there, Bonjong, and then 535 on Yangtze. Sounds fair. Boom, 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 boom. Yu Yao is the administrator here. Obviously, we're not going to kill you. After all, your son works for us. Both of your sons. That faction is no more. 100 grand, a beautiful cut on the bottom of China there, and it's all me. Hey, and there we go. Yanbai-Hu. Alright, so they both become rivals with him, but Yanbai-Hu and Liu Chong become Oathsworn. Nice.
下如群山。
Liu Chong is, of course, 67 years young, but, you know, he's still doing fine. Yeah, targeted strike, definitely the way to go.
威加海内，乱世随定。
Alright, so this place is very commerce-y, right? Do we want to build the buildings differently before we trade it over? No, I mean, this is fine. This is a good place. We just need to find out now who we think is the most appropriate person to give this commandery to. You know, they need to be somebody with the know-how and the elbow grease to be a good friend and, you know, to defend the land. But we're going to wait like a turn or two till we move up here into Lai Gong's lands there to pop him. Alternately, we could just trade it to Feizhan.
大人别来无恙。
But I think a new vassal is better than an old vassal, right? Alright, and now they are, you know, at half strength, very upset. Boom, 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 boom. Gates are closed, walls at 88. Yeah. But, you know, I think now, you know, we've got sapping, so we'll see how it works. Let's go. The island adventure commences now. I always wonder how much the planes flying overhead register on the sounds. Alright, so Ah. Well, it looks like this is where it is, right? Yeah. So maybe they did some damage to the fort walls all around. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage everywhere from whatever, but then here we've got a breach. And, crucially, this entire corner is open. The gatehouse is almost down. So yeah, this is where we're going. I love this game! Now, they'll probably have a bastion here, of course, but we will be able to... And then we'll just look at these right here. Look at these right here. A little bit of trees in their way, but they'll be outside of the tower range here. And then they'll be able to get the fire onto it as well. Fire arrows there, not too worried about them getting shot up as they are, the tough boys. Alright, and then here, yeah, we'll just start right there, why not? Engineers on the battering rams, that's a silly idea. Now, do we need the rams? No, but it's about sending a message. Cataphracts in a group. Leopard Cav in a group. Our guy's there. Him by himself. He's got Surge, which is, I mean, fine for this. This is our, yeah, it's all about, yeah, but we'll, like, oh yeah, we were supposed to be shooting at the multi-bolt. Well, we've got all of our other guys on it. The thing about Bastion Artillery is what we're doing here is very effective against it. Alright, the other one's on that side, crucially, yeah. You just roll up on the front and, you know, shoot it with a bunch of things, and then before you know it, they're upset. You know, you can really let it get to you, but maybe just get rid of it, right? We got 2 multi-bolts with tons of ammo, ready to start picking apart this place. Well, we just need to. One of them on that one, one of them on that one. These guys don't have bonus. They're just standing into the breach like a couple champions. Bum 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 bum. But with the breach in the wall too, we can, you know, do many things considered unnatural. We're going to form a circle here, yeah, because a circle outside of the wall too. Then we're in good shape to upset them. We just go there for a huge bonus to, yeah. Here we go. Now He comes out. We're gonna go unbreakable in case they do any shenanigans. But then we drop off of our horses, and it's time to pop the healer. Yeah, because time to pop the healer before he does anything cool. Huge splash damage, yeah, but we're working on him. There we go. Yi has fallen. Our guys at the front are doing fine, and what we want to do is build a tower right here. Because this tower is going to be able to shoot in through the breach there, and then we just want to follow him. This scholar is coming at us, and that means we are going to go right at them. Yeah, the tiger and leopard, you know, they're hardy, but we need to back out here until the infantry get in. Let's get back on our horses now. Oh yeah, they turned their back. The saber defectors turned their back to us. That's not gonna work for them. But here, eating up a bunch of their ammo with big shields is worth doing. So we're just gonna keep on there. Speaking of keeping on there, now that we're back on horses, let's keep on. We got a breach in the wall here, and that means we can push all the way up this way. No, you guys, you go through here, not through the gate. All right, back off, back off. Bringers of peace, they're like unbreakable, I think, yes. Bringers of peace, we'll put that name to the test. We'll just move them up a bit. Yeah, we are still soaking up the ammo there. Feels great. These guys got 1,000 HP each. Are they like 40 in a unit? Probably. Gonna get on this wall and get the Wu engineers in. I was like, these tribesmen are dying. No, they're the ones in the breach here. No wonder they're having a time. But yes, a grand performance here, and then we're going on the oblique here. He's probably going to charge right in and get knocked off of his horse. No, he's fine. I'm like, he actually, you know, his abilities aren't so great for this army because Sauron isn't kicked on yet. But you know, it's good to have friends. They don't have to stay in this army forever. But you know, this Zhongba was the guy who's like, I'm a crafty operator. I know what it takes to get here and to stay. And to be fair, this worked a lot better than it would have done if we didn't have all of our tools. We're just going to try and throw a tower down on the interior. And it works. But yeah, that's the chain route we were looking for there. Like, no, he did lose his horse. That makes sense. Like, that was a lot of spears for us not to be losing our horses, too. And as I say it, we lose our horses, too. Peasant warriors just being regular dudes without bonus first large. That's going to get you as far as it throws you. The spear guards here, you know, they are flanked and stuff. But right on time up this lane, we come to stymie their counter and, you know, to make our spear guards feel brave and tough again. Speaking of, you know, it's the brave and tough spear guards that hung out in the circle in the front that this is all about. That's who the real victor is here. Bum 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 bum. She's got knowledge of the mind, but if she hits it on Cao Ren, that's okay. He's got like 100 morale. If you see a healer, you want to get them engaged into combat against somebody who isn't going to run off whenever they get hit with 50 morale hits, which is, you know, most people will. But there we go. She hits us with it. But it looks like she didn't actually land a hit on anybody after she popped it. Beautiful stuff. And now the lovely island is ours, or rather part of it. There's still the other side, which is tricky to get to. We're going to need to replenish, and then either you run across it or you go on the water. If you go on the water, though, you might get auto-attacked and then lose an auto. So we're probably just going to hoof it. And we do not get either of the books that we wanted. I saw that, I was like, all right, yeah, no, but you know, they're all going down. I totally want their cool books, but we may not get them, right? It's all right. You can't have everything. It's been explained to me that you can't have everything. Oh, yeah, this thing. So I don't think, yeah, because enlightenment doesn't give you prestige as such. I don't think. I think it's a whole different resource. So we're just going to demolish this.
我的目标十分明确。
Like, I guess we could try to get her a thing. She doesn't. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Boom, boom. Alright, one assignment. Who do we give it to? We just give it to you, right? Yeah. $110K. Unique building. More foods. More foods. And a bit of peasantry income, of course. But here we just want to build to the limit in every commandery, always. Like, we're going to give this to somebody else soon. We don't need to invest here, really, truly. soon. I mean, next turn, probably.
心有所欲，因而导之。
But we're about to have a big old power spike again, right? I say it all the time, but it's even true. You hear, well, redeployment cost is better than the other things, because, you know, getting very low redeployment cost is amazing. Sion, she can go to filial and incorrupt. We're just going to go get this, because we know at level 3 she can get bolt crossbows. And then we'll get her unique ability before too long. We might actually get it before too long at all.
廉洁奉公，忍受苦难。
In this beautiful, beautiful place.
以柔克刚。
Right, we don't need the lodge or the school. I mean, really, we don't need the island, but we couldn't have a Yellow Turban rebellion here on the island. That's like,
快点！
that's even worse than no island at all. We have so much cash. I'm like, well, we'll just hold off on him, right? But should we? You know, maybe paying me is what he needs to survive. Still, the more vassals we have, the better, because they're all not having as much money. I give it to me. Yep, because we would still be revenue positive, right? Which is the beautiful thing about how our faction is set up at the moment, but it's all doing well. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. I love this faction so much. It's got so many great unique characters. The unique unit is amazing. The faction resource is fun, and it's all about family. The building better than I gave it credit for, and a very good late game building. And because I mean, I can't imagine wanting to build it for your first 50 turns, but not everything has to be early, right? Wukalan comes of age, Tongtua comes of age, and we get a Liu Shang becomes trustworthy. You know, I already knew that about you, buddy. Hey, we get the Black Dragon. The Black Dragon is the, you know, the special bow. It shoots fast. It shoots well. But I'm like, I think... I mean, who really deserves it? I mean, anybody could get it. We'll just hold on to it for a second until we figure out who we want to give it to. Because it could be as simple as somebody who can complete the set. Which would be any regular strategist. And that would give 20% ranged AP damage to their army, which would be amazing.
井中有诈。
Alright, but we're building for prestige. We're going for king. We are going not for broke, but for king. We want to get food. No, the food can wait. We want to get industry. And here... we've got choices. They are, do we, yeah, we're gonna roll this army up
下毛，
to defend, because yeah, you see on the water, -30 and then 11 from the faction. Yeah, it's
偷袭与我方同在。
fortunately, you know, we'll be here before we run out of supplies, and then these guys will be able to run over land, which is incredibly annoying, but is what we're doing. We're gonna run over land to deal with this one. That way we won't get auto-attacked off. And we'll have the thing here. They can't go from here over. They've got to... I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only hit the mainland from this angle. So they won't be able to get around the back of us. Here we hit level 8, which is awesome. And the labor building, yeah. I was going to say go for 9. Yeah, let's just go for 9. We want to go for 10 here immediately, so there we go. So stinking rich. Because at 33k a turn, you are far outstripping any amount of reasonable cost that you could incur. It's like you get to do your thing, right? No, let's go across the top because we don't need the... She's not going to admin anything. And the spy, you know, he did his little thing, but he didn't go... Ah, there we go. This is what we're looking for. Gan Ning is crazy good. He may not have his bow anymore, but he's still... probably going to get made into a prime minister spot when we get king, because he gives you ammunition faction-wide and movement range, which is just the coolest. You've guessed it, it is the coolest in every way. Now, what we want to do is move up here. The river is faster, but worse. So, alright, this is the end of this campaign. For them, no, yeah. We wanted to spin Mike off somewhere else, right? He is Oathsworn here, but he's just not, like, as influential as we want the rest of the army to be. Now, you know, why not Wu Fen? Why not get our son in here? Get a little bit of time spent. And he will take the G of the Imperial Guard from Suting because he will actually get to complete this very excellent set. Fatigue immunity for the own retinue is like, I mean, that's cool, right? But the set gives you the wall. This gives you charge negate for your whole army. This is so good. And then we're going to... Like, he won't benefit from that, but we're going to put it on him anyway. No, we'll give him the Jade Sculpture. He won't benefit from that, but we'll put it on him anyway. And then what we want to do here is... I mean, we could give him the bow. It wouldn't hurt anything. We could just take it away later. No, we'll give him the old retinue thing, just because that is a thing that you could do. And now we will go... Two Spear Guard, one Crusher. And that'll take us to the 3 of them, and then we'll just get Warriors of the Pearl, which are... Yeah, which are better than Saber Infantry. And, yeah, cool stuff. And our cool little unique things to be the splash in the army. What we want to do in this stack is get a mounted archer, pretty important for the overall, especially now that we've got more punchiness here and, you know, we can defend the back line a bit. When he gets to level 7, of course, there's Onyx Dragons on the menu, but that's a little bit far away from where we are now. I mean, not that far. Not that far, I suppose. But this Gan Ning pickup is going to be amazing. And he still has his bow. He never lost it. We'll pick him up. We'll get the hail of arrows, right? And then... Wait, no, he does... He does get mighty knockback for his own retinue. Why did I not like him? Because he doesn't get roar or flame? Because he doesn't get flames? Because I didn't use hail of arrows? Why did I not like this guy? Why did I think I just never used downpour properly. I don't... Anyway, I had him super early in my Liu Biao campaign, and I did not appreciate how good he was. I guess I thought that he had the Zhou Tai problem with, but he has like Han things. But yeah, so we want to get him because 30% movement range and 25 ammo for ranged units is, for my money, about as good as a bonus gets in this whole game. And it won't matter that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're just going to do it. Look, Gan Ning never killed Ling Sa in this timeline, so it's all fine. Ling Sao, not Sai. Yeah. All right, good stuff. Su Ting gets her level 5, and we, yeah, you know, we get the kiddo here. Everything's coming up Millhouse, and we're just going to run. And they will wait a little bit, and then we'll hit the water, go up this way. And that's the winter. Bum 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 bum.
与我等共赴战场吧。
Duchy of Zhong is offering to support us, which is great. You know, gets us into the positives with our little vassal there. You know, it's nice to have a couple of duchies working for you. It just lets you know that they know that you're the man. As if there could be any doubt looking at the map who the man here is. It's us and then Yuan Shao. You know, the two power blocks are technically different power blocks. We have to figure, though, when we kick off, it'll make Cao Cao or Yuan Shu, depending, declare. But it could be like Ma Teng or something for all we know, but I don't think he's doing so hot. But actually, you know, I have no idea what's going on over here, so he could be going so hot indeed. Oh, look at that! Now this might be something, okay? I've never seen this happen in this stage of a campaign. The Emperor wasn't happy with Songyong anymore, and he just jumped out. Oh, because they vassalized the Han? I don't know. But anyway, they just grabbed the Emperor there. And the first thing Yuan Shao does upon getting him is say, I want you to kill my brother, half-brother. Makes sense. Alright, so this is nice enough. We get there. We'll get a hostage from the Duchy of Zhong. We will re-roll Songba. We will make them upset. And then we will take some free experience. Beautiful stuff. And we get Yuan Yao, who, you know, is the mild-mannered son. He keeps his head down. He does get that Proud Regality debuff that his father and his sister get as well, so that's pretty good. And, you know, familial conflict. We don't have anybody else with familial conflict, but we'll just, you know, hold on to him. He'll probably be good at a couple of things. Because the effects are, like, okay, but they're nothing to write home about at this point in the campaign. Here, we just need... Yeah, we get the Night Battle because that gives us fire arrows, which we know works. And then, my most tenacious girl. She's got the fire arrow, which we know works, and then we're just going to go across the side to Wisdom. Yeah, why not? Weird tree, worth it. Da-da-da. And we are in spitting distance of king. We're 22 prestige away from king, which is honestly probably going to finish before we know it. Take the pop growth there. And food, because we're about to really need a lot of food, right? And here you go pure industry because you get 20% more there, but it's also more of pop growth, and we don't have peasantry really as a priority here, so that's fine. You know, maybe because 6 farming without the tie-ins, it hardly does much, but you know, we'll just need to see where we're going once we get everything up. You know, it might be a tech issue, might be an admin issue, might be an assignment issue later, but right now we'll be fine. Now what we want to do here is, if we go up here, we can get another -1 off construction time next year. It seems worth doing. Seems like that'll pay off pretty good. And the discount on mines is essentially irrelevant at this point, but you know, we waited too long to get it. What are you going to do?
定国安民，正在行进。把大家都叫来。
发泄怒火，
恪守职责。
We'll wait 1 turn for their mustering, and then... So here, do we want to just... I mean, I think we do. Yeah, it's like, this dude, from what we beat up on him, I don't think he's got another army, and he doesn't. We're going to go to make landfall right now. Beautiful. And then we'll trade this commandery off probably next turn whenever we walk out of it. Nice quick turn. That reminds me, Ganning is carousing. We need to get him out of there before too long, though. Ebert's the network. He'll be able to run an interference in a couple of turns for Ganning to get out. I mean, Ganning could probably do it now, but we're just going to wait a little bit. Hey, Liu Yao's here. And I'm going to assume he's actually not a spy, because I'm going to assume he became very upset with that faction. Yeah, he has faction fondness. I don't think he's a spy. But in any case, you know, he is the welcoming magistrate, and you know, he's one of our pals, so we're going to grab. If he is a spy, you know, it's part of the web of pseudo-legitimacy that we're bringing to the South. If he is a spy, he won't be one for very long, because this dude's faction is not going to be around for very long. Assignments will roll out next time, but yeah, just making the cash, rolling in it. It's so nice when you're at this point in the campaign and then you get to like spend a few turns just clicking next turn, because man oh man do you ever just deliver. Of course, we've already won the campaign, just nobody else knows it yet. But that's the joy of actually getting a proper sort of proto Three Kingdoms setup, right? Is we're good. We can afford to do the real world thing and just chill. Be like, what? You know, like, why is everybody getting so bent out of shape, right? I wonder if you're already an emperor and then the emperor comes to you, I wonder if you get the dilemma or if you just stay the prime minister while also being the emperor. But I get, if you declare and you're the player, it wouldn't happen. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens next turn. If he banishes the emperor and imperial favor stops, or... Nope. Still just chilling. I'm in no hurry for it to go away. We benefit quite a lot from the Emperor being around. Of course, we'll benefit quite a lot from becoming a king, too. We are getting torched for fraternity, right? We are really doing terrible in the family front. We might just want to get rid of some people, right? Dongtia, yeah, you know, this guy... You know, you're part of the family, but, like, who's your mom? Corinne? Oh, yeah, you're just, like, a part of the family, yeah. Alright, yeah, you can go. Wukalon, that's, like, our daughter. That's, she's part of the family Wu. Competition for the throne is her thing there. Jugadon has a special thing there, but, you know... Yeah, let's shuffle off some of these people, right? Jugadon we want less than Jugachong because he's got the cool thing and like... Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of you. You were a political marriage, but that like isn't mattering to us anymore. Who are you married to? Jufu? Yeah, we can just drop you. This guy is, like, fine, but he's not special. He's actually pretty good, but we're just gonna shuffle him off, you know. We've got all the Tong family people that we need. This guy we totally don't need. He was, you know, but he could get mending someday, so we'll keep him. Alright, that barely dealt with anything, but it was actually, you know, I mean, 7 people is still 7 points of that don't happen each turn. Do we need this guy? I'm gonna go with no. Must have just like had the land he was born in or something. I mean, he's fine, but we don't need this guy. Got enough special folk. Alright, so we've got some levels to get into the distribution. Here, 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 and here. And building to be done. Which building? Well, you know, now the teaching assignment is actually better spent at one of these places, right? Because we have so many more assignments there going. Speaking of assignments there going... We need someone to do the good purple assignment here, and the only person that can do it is you. There we go, there we go. Salt mine going up. What a rich commandery indeed. Alright, so we just need to figure out who we want to give this land to. Like, she's married to Liu Pan. We already ditched him. And there's plenty of, like, good people from, you know, good families that are here. You know, maybe... Well, Zhuge Jun gives us the friendliness. We don't want to drop him. Tong Yu, you're the strong-willed son. Are you actually a good guy or not? He is handsome, fulfilled, and understanding. Well, in that case... Oh, yeah, and this is the child of the thing anyway, so... Oh, he can't go there right now. Well... Give Yu and Yao the land in the south? I mean, honestly, not a bad choice, you know? Yeah, you know, why not? We should get him an arranged marriage if we can. Well, no, that's not true. He can't marry into the family anyway. He can find his own wife, yeah. You know, this is I like this choice because, you know... Because I figure he'll like me better than he likes his old man, right? Yep. Oh yeah, and he's a part of the ruined family, a member of our family already. He's a member of our family already, so we'll be able to grant him the family independence. And he has arrogant overlord. Well, that's not a really good trait for us, but that's okay. You know, look, if we have to kill him, we'll kill him. But, you know, he'll probably be too weak to do anything about it, even if he is mad. But if he is mad, you know, well, it's not like we don't know how to beat him down. We do know how to beat him down, if it comes to it. Oh, he hit level 5, so we'll be able to get Jizzer. You know, there's a lot of upgrades to be having here before too long, but now we Oh wow, yeah, it's definitely a long way in, isn't it? I think what we'll do then is get here, replenish, and then we'll hit the river to reinforce it, right? Right. I think that's what we'll do. Like, no, the flexibility is there. That water clock, though. We'll wait like a turn or two, and then we'll go over land, and then we can jump on the water to support, perhaps, but that's worse. Yeah, it's a worse idea than the one I had before. It's okay. We'll hit king soon-ish. Yep, it won't be too long. Hopefully our food's going to be able to support our buildings. If not, then we're going to feel regret about it. Because we can't even get the best of... We don't have a toolmaker, so we can't get the best building for food percentage. It's still like the higher peasantry income percentage. It's not like it's a bad setup that we've got, but... You know, we should have checked Yuan Yao's personality traits. But still, we hardly wanted to hold on to him. Although, if he was a family member, then... We are so stinking wealthy. The beauty of our mini vassals. Because once you get it a lot, you know, then everybody's nervous about you. They can't even talk the trash they want to talk because they're afraid that you might, you know, say something to them. We run the interference. And then we will build network extract Ning there. Because he is like the pickup here. We are incredibly pumped about getting him. Alright, so he gives a speed and a melee charge bonus to everybody. We need him in the army with Wu Jing. Guan Yinping hits level 4. No, level 3. But yeah, she's still on her assignment, but she's clearly leveling up just fine. We'll get her into an army, you know, post-haste. Alright, we are 30 prestige away. We'll probably get there soon enough. Build a forge here. Like, we need food here, but I mean... Actually, like, does it border enough places to make this forward encampment worth doing? No, we could just blacksmith it, yeah. Our food is actually totally tanking now. We're probably going to run out of it before I appreciate that, but no, well, you know, most of our buildings now are just at the border. Yeah, this one will level up, and then we'll go down to almost nothing. But yeah, we don't have too many more leveling up the main slots, so at least there's that. And here we're going to bounce on the river. I was like, they're not here. They're not here at all. I don't know where these chumps' armies are. Maybe over there, but you know, we're just gonna roll on right up the river. Bum, 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 bum. And that's the harvest of 209. Beautiful stuff. It must just sicken Cao Cao and you and Shu to be both paying me, both next to each other, and thinking, how did we end up here? Paying this Southron so much money to just take my stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? How did you end up here? Chumps. Chen Wen gets destroyed, and Cao Ren and Shu have a child. Wonderful. Liu Ba? Who are you? Oh, you're just in Kong Rong's army, and Kong Rong is... you must have done something that made the Emperor mad there. That's alright. Ah, Sima Yi. Welcome. Welcome to the pool. Of course, he knows where the bread is buttered. He knows how to butter a piece of bread. So does Sima Yi, so we'll,
养兵千日，用兵一时。
展示我等的力量吧！
恢复原样，拿起武器，烈火燎原，点燃激情，痛击敌军。
But so this is probably the way to do it, right? Because you don't want to get caught on the river, but you know we run up here, get it done. Wufeng, our beloved son, gets his next level. We'll go ahead and get Binding Fury.
白虎，
燃遍天下。
He's like, Baihu? Yes, I know who you are, Yan Baihu.
乱军终于得以平息。
Boom. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
都放了吧。
Auntie Wu becomes trustworthy. I trusted her all along. Don't be a spy, don't be a spy. Even if you are a spy, you'll be happy enough before too long. 25 charge bonus this spouse's faction. We're gonna marry her to somebody now anyway, and then we'll still get the bonus even if she is a spy, right? Yeah. Alright. I'm like, is there anybody in the family unmarried? No, no, no. Wu Fen's married to Tongjie, that's right. And nobody else is old enough yet. Well... why not Ling Tong? You know, they get along. They're pretty close in age. Perfect. That doesn't make her a family member of Wu, but that's alright. We're just going to give her a little satisfaction item. Just to make sure that her satisfaction stays high, right? Because we want it to be... we want her satisfaction to be very high... so that if she, you know, is a spy, which she very well might be, a spy from the Duchy of Qi, probably is, but she was only there for a bit. I think, though, that she wouldn't have just left because, you know, they didn't banish her or whatever, so probably a spy, but, you know, we'll just keep her high. We don't have satisfaction problems, really, and hopefully be able to get her thus. But, crucially, once that next turn comes in, because this spouse's faction... that's going to stay as a bonus for us, even if she does leave. Do we take her weapon away? I mean, just for now. We'll give it back, girl. We will give you the Fanged Viper back. I just got to be able to trust you is all. And she's a vanguard, but she's got sort of like... she gets 20 evasion from the weapon, so she's almost more like a... she's got low armor, so she's more of like a axe sentinel, like a Zhu Huang, or, you know, that kind of category in my head. You know, she's like a... she's a vanguard sentinel. But, you know... we'll see how it pans out. I haven't really got to use her a ton, you know, not in this mod anyway. I've used her a good bit and make them unique, or rather a little bit. Not as much as I would have wanted. Like, let's get a little bit of food here when we can. This one's already the fishing port. Alright, we got assignments to do. This place is 7K from industry. Wow, wow, wow. You know, you see what it's like when the whole plan comes together, right?
绝不动摇。
We already have both of the boosting industry things here, too. This is the most important thing. You get industrial exploitation and surplus markets. I'm like, are we even doing a tax collecting here? Yes, of course, of course. Bum, 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 bum. Is this a commerce peasantry? I mean, we don't. So for these assignments, I mean, why not just get a level on something? This is our daughter. Let's get her to level 2. And then Zhongzhuer is, you know, let's just get her somewhere where she can't hurt anybody. This one is next door to a teaching assignment, so this will be the desirable place to send her. And there's no industry income to harm. Get her there. Because, of course, the longer our foes take to do anything about us, the better everything is for us by far.
稍事休息，正在行进。养精蓄锐，扬帆起航。
Yeah, we'll
力求上进。
Like, I bet going to March is safe here. Yeah, if he attacks us, then we'll, you know, we'll beat him up there. We'll be in March, but we have a very good army, and, you know, he has this army. And it'll be one more chance to get one of the books. He doesn't have the other one on these people. And here we're just trying to, you know, we need to get the network up because Cao Cao is an anti-spying faction, so we don't want to just like be in there raw without knowledge of what goes on. But if he gets mad in his faction, you know, that'll be fine, you know, if he just gets upset. You know, the opinions may vary, but yeah, he's actually our vassal here is doing quite fine for himself. Well, of course, once we palled around with him, it was easier for him to get things done. But yeah, doing fine. We've got a fair few characters that give us bonus relationships with the Han, just like for not even being in the lead. And so here, I mean, like, I guess we give it to him even though he's got so much already.
燃遍天下。
But we are down to only 26 non-Wu family members after swapping some things around and, you know, all of that. So that's good. Gunning, you will have to get yourself a bride. I'm like, our daughter is quite taken with this pirate. They get along fine. Boom, and now, of course, he'll be a fine person to get into a prime ministerial type position. Since, you know, now he's family. Alright, so there's the autumn. All of our buildings are buildering. Yes, much buildering indeed. You know, we're working on the corruption because this place is 6K. And we're getting 6K here as well. Bonkers. But, you know, these numbers are rookie numbers. They've got to get these numbers way up. Here, we do want the 5th one because we're going to build all the food here, so it's alright that we're losing a little bit. We're just going to be cutting ourselves a little bit close to the sun when it comes to food, but not for too long. We're going to go for the yellow there. We are so close to king. What campaign do we play after this one? I almost want to do it just all over again, but I know that that is not the source of joy in the long run, you know. You can't just squeeze all the happiness out of something forever. You gotta share. You gotta share the happiness. What? Oh, I guess he was old. Jeez. Okay, well... You know, it could have been anybody, but it was him. If we just get... We want somebody who's got fire arrows. If she's got Wizard Arrows, she probably has it. Let's bring her out, right? Yep. Died at 64 of natural causes. There you go. But, you know, we know that the flaming shot is there. She, you know, isn't much of a strategist on her own terms. We're just going to have her here for a bit. Maybe that wasn't smart. It's fine, though. Oh, she has 20 melee evasion. That's nice. Did we even marry her to anyone? No, we need to do that. All right. She'll, but really, we need to get her, and then when Sima Yi joins our faction, that'll be what we get. But we're just gonna, yeah. He's good at spying. We're just gonna build the undercover network, because I'm afraid if we try to spy... Yeah, because it costs 10 from the satisfaction being high. So if we try to build the network, he's going to be able to stop us from doing it. We got to wait a little while. And he's going to ask for an admin appointment. If he can get one. Because if we get to be like the administrator... I think he's only got his capital actually. But still.
消灭敌军，奋力一战。
拉弓之时需屏气凝神。旅途结束，准备就绪。
Boom, boom. And good old Ding Tong. And of course, Ding Tong being married to Zhongzhuo, assuming that she's not a spy, that'll be a great pickup for his eventual army there. And we're just going to go across the bottom to Binding Fury. Yeah, no reason not to. He's a crazy killer. Of course, she's no slouch either.
烈火燎原，拿起
We're
武
just
器
going to。continue the sapping here. Don't hurt me none to do it. Sure, we're going to be out of military supplies, and sure, abstractly, it's not like smart. This guy is about to get
又是你这厮。
popped. Nope. Well, if you're not going to be my vassal, you're not going to have peace. I don't know how you think the South works at this point, buddy. But we are the hegemon. We are the makers of the music and the dreamers of the dreams. This actually makes a lot of people pleased. And the only one who it upsets is the Duchy of Song, probably, who already hates my guts. And it just makes, yeah, basically everybody likes this. The only people that don't are annoying. And Euphilo has rejected peace. Well, that means we'll get to have some non-peace with Euphilo, doesn't it? Yes, and we get a whole lot of traits. Liang Mao got lame, but he died. You know, he hurt his leg, and, you know, that's all that there was for him in that winter. Liu Fei gets selfless, Wu Jing trustworthy, Liu Xiao cheerful, and Liu Chong cordial. Very nice. And it looks like somebody's faction got popped and a whole lot of people entered the pool, but they were wounded. Wasn't looters. I didn't see any of these people in there. $11 prestige to king. Like, actually, we probably should... Yeah, let's cancel that. We should be doing that in a place that's got a teaching assignment. That is the way of the world. And also, we don't really need to be doing that here, right? If we counteract satisfaction, we can get a few thousand out of it. It's just not worth doing, though, is the thing. We can get a blue upgrade here. Ma Liang, because we canceled immediately, he's not in the pool. All right, so yeah, we'll, well, I mean, Stimulate Markets gets us something. Anybody else that can go here for the bonus in XP? We could just rehab criminals. Ning, I don't have an army for him yet, so we might as well just rehab the criminals. You know, he shows up, he's like, hey, you know, I used to be just like you. You know, I didn't know how to act, and I was robbing people. I was riding on boats. It was great. I was so rich. I was doing awesome. And they're like, Ning, you were supposed to be encouraging them not to not to rob people. He's like, oh, right. Yeah, I mean, robbing people's bad, y'all. You don't need to do that. That's whack. Cool people would never. Wonderful buildings all around. Would love to go to level 9, but we are, we're at a food place now where we absolutely need to see where our food's at. I want to hit level 10 here, though, immediately. I think we'll be able to do it. But, yeah, next turn, I think we hit King. I think we do. The King in the South! The King of the South! The King of the South! Of course, when Wu Jing dies, we're going to lose a lot of very good faction effects. But he might live to be, 75. He's just like 61 right now. When the young Mao died, I was like, oh no, Wu Jing died, but he didn't. Plus, if we get to King, we get to level 8, then we'll have an Imperial retinue with him. For somebody to inherit, perhaps. Alright, yeah, and they come out at me, as we imagined they would, right before our siege weapons get done buildering. But I guess the losses would make our military supplies go down, because when you lose people in your army, you gotta counteract that. Alright, and the Stone Rooster Crows. A whole lot of people are in the pool. And Shamoka becomes rivals with Wu Jing. But it is time. It is time! Alright, so assignment cap. And then, yeah, because we're a minor faction, we don't have as much cool stuff here. We'll get armies from the thing, and we got seasonal retinues from that, so that's the least desirable. More spies? Sure. It's unlikely to matter over much for most applications, but it could be good. We've busted up in our enemies with spies before, and if we have a lot of spaces, might be able to get something going on. And now Wu Jing, the King of the South, the King of the South, the King of the South. We're gonna break our coalition. Yeah, we have to split it because this Kingdom of Song looks upon our Raijin forces as a great affront. We must now walk separate paths. We split the coalition. Who's going to be on our side? We have declared ourselves king. Ah, the Duchy of Wu. The Kingdom of Wu. Well, there you go. Hey, how's this? How's this for a 3 kingdoms, right? Oh, we are the Kingdom of Zhu. The Zhu Kingdom. Sure. The 3 kingdoms are here. The Duchy of Zhong, the Puppet Han Emperor abdicates. Sure. 3 kingdoms again. 3 kingdoms again. 3 kingdoms again. The Emperor is bouncing all around. Alright. So how did our coalition flesh out? What does it look like? I think we got everybody. Yep. We got basically... we've got most of the people in the southern half of the coalition. He got the northern half and some of the little hangers-on. So yeah, I mean, good stuff, right?
进来谈谈吧。
And we're still very far from being able to confederate Lady Wu. She's also in our coalition, so...
请坐，来谈谈吧。
Because we could just leave this coalition now, right? Sure, we're in the coalition, but the thing is we can't, you know, try to, like, vassalize or anything the people in the coalition. And if they're, well, you know, the thing is, though, is Cao Cao is here. We need to adjust to the reality of Cao Cao being here, right? We need to get armies onto the front. You know, this little excursion is done. Now holding the river is important. Now Cao Cao is not going to come at us immediately. He's just at war because he had to be, right? But kind of figure that's who it would be, and we get it. Nobody wants to confederate. That's fine. And, you know, nobody wants to abdicate either. But now the stage is set, the die is cast. And we need to split a lot of these armies around. We need to do a lot of things. But importantly, you know, the whole world is a beautiful oyster in front of us. This guy's very upset. Why? Oh, because of whatever thing that happened. Well, you know, there's about to be plenty of positions. Oh, she became the Grand Tutor, and that made everybody upset because that moves her up. Well, we're going to move her to being, you know, the steward, right? Yeah. Gan Ning becomes Grand Tutor and makes our whole faction just kick off, right? Boom. Alright, so we just need to get people some jobs, right? Well, Liu Jun could get a nice title. National Guards, yeah, you know, a classic thing for him. Liu Chong doesn't need one, right? Yan Baihu should be the Minister of Coach. Yes, there you go. Chotai for Ministry of the House. Finance for Qingong, why not? Su Jin will be the Minister of the Clan. This guy is, you know, married to Sun Shi, so that's a good job there. The Herald. Who's the most heraldy? Well, the wise white eyebrows of Ma Liang will make them, you know, stand up there. And then for ceremoniousness, it's got to be somebody, you know, with the know-how and the elbow grease. Talita Stulu and will Sion will do a wonderful ceremony there. Boom, baby. Oh, and we actually become friends with a lot of the people now that we are, you know, allied with their goals there. Alright, so now we want to reset Gan Ning's skill tree. Yes, please. Population growth, yes. We don't really care about that one. We'll give her experience. And then... I mean, why not? We'll just get some looters going there to their lands, wherever they are. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna send them right here. Oh, that was smart of me. It's okay. You know, the looters might not attack me. They probably will, though. I just sent looters at my own guys Good job, Gunny. He's like, I know some pirates that can deal with Ligong. Wait.
谨遵命令。
But I have that land now. It'll be alright. Yep, there you go. We're doing alright there.
唯有扫清六合。
We do not need this land. We need to drop these armies and move them to the north.
大人，悉听尊便。主公尽管吩咐。
我严白虎，听候您的。
大人亲临，士气大振。大人亲临，士气大振。
And then we will give this away
朋友。
to this guy who is a great vassal. Sure, we might be making him a little bit strong by doing all this, but I think it's fine, actually. Look, he's a courageous warrior, and he likes us. He's not that mad about a lot of things. He doesn't have a bunch of messy grudges. So I think that, you know... I think having a decently strong vassal with a good personality that's not ambitious and isn't embroiled in a bunch of hatred is fine, actually.
威加海内，乱世随定，我可没心情。
And Shisha hates our guts. However, what we can do here, I mean, so Yuan Yao, is he, well, you know, he's a jerk, but he'll be okay. Because really, we'll just leave him there for a while, and if he ever turns on us, well, then we'll destroy him, and we'll give the job to somebody else. Oh yeah, I'm like, we lost some money. How? Oh yeah, Cao Cao isn't paying us anymore, but...
到此为止了。说吧。
But you know, these guys are here, but oh yeah, we have no food anymore. We have 2 food. We could get slightly more food here. I think we're fine. I think we just go to the construction time one, because that's what we were targeting, and I think it's good. Also, it's going to let us get a ton more money there, like it matters. But, I mean, we're about to have, you know, all of our dreams coming true in more or less a reasonable amount of time. Forward encampment here? Yeah, for sure. Do we have migration campaign anywhere? No. Bum 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 bum.
满怀信
Bum
念，
bum.
奋力一战。
Here we get a peasantry out. Oh yeah, here's the sorting. I'm like, there should be a sort. There is one. The higher court position, I'm like, I feel like a lot of people want those now. But I guess I guess when you become an empire, that happens to it. But we'll just give you a little bird and give you a sweet little monkey here, and then they'll all be fine. Edmund Napoleon doing fine, yes indeed. We'll get him the capture, that's good, and then she's a beast. Gan Ning, we go across the bottom to get the flexibility. Yeah, you know, the extra army, that one is fine, but it doesn't really matter that much. We need to give him a faction-wide thing. You know, why not that? Why not a little bit of faction-wide Diplo? We give him the Fanged Viper for now, and then we'll give it back. Yeah, we'll give him the Fanged Viper for now, and then we'll give it back. It's his wife's anyway. No, it's not his wife's. It's, she married the other guy. The other guy. Ling Tong. Alright, so I'm like, we've got someplace for the surplus markets here. I know we do. We want to do it with bullion, though. There we go. 5 more assignments to do. Oh, that's right. I was like, how do we have this many? We just got a whole lot from the thing. Alright, who's the lowest level person? We shall just get them out. Shuyo, are you family? You should be family. Yeah, you're family. Let's get you a job then. Oh, yeah, he's got military requisition. Yeah, perfect. And then he can do industrial exploit here for the win. And then, do we have a commerce rolling up here? Yes, of course we do. What about down here? Nope. Good time to get one going then. Yeah, we're just trying to get her a level, right? That's all we're trying to do. And then here, the web of anti-corruption, you know, because that'll be important. I mean, we have enough money to just play the rest of the game. At 234k, you can do anything you want forever. But, you know, is that how you're gonna have a glorious time? By just pretending that you're happy with greatness? No, you got to have even more greatness. All right. Suting, now we need to get somebody for her force. Now, Zhukun is green as well, so not desirable. All right, let's just try to color match it. We need a red. Who's a red that we got for it? Oh yeah. Are they actually married? Yeah. I'm like, that's right, they are. Alright, so now a bit of blue would do a treat. So, Lady Blue, perhaps? Yeah, why not? She ain't doing anything. Oh, that's right. We can get armored archers now because we are a king. She will go to engineer. You just go 2 engineer. I think 2 is enough, honestly. And then we keep the spear guards. And then here a couple of reams. Yeah. And then he can get veteran lance cav by 4, and then yeah, 1 big stabby green and a veteran saber seems fine. Nice little balanced force till they level up more, and then he can get the Family Spear Champions Leather combo, giving our army a big charge bonus. And Anti-Wu and Anti-Sun. Now, who do we get for them? Oh, it should be somebody who's prestigious. Do we have any good family members to send here? Well, you know, they're all on assignment, aren't they? Well, let's get him here just so he can get a retinue, right? Yeah, a little bit of cav, some sabers, a little bit of armored archers on the wall. I mean, no, we can go... Yeah, we can just do 4 cav here, because when you have a bunch of cav, if they're besieging you, then you can, like, ride out at them and get it done. There's all of that, and then I think if we just get another army here, but which one? I mean, Peng Feng, he's the greatest of all time. He's a brawler. Get him out there, right? Something blue. Our girl, and then it's a green or a purple. Well, Shukun. There you go. Swap to Cataphractoi. There's 4 of them, and what else do we do here? Just a couple green stabbies, yeah. And then, yeah, just a little bit of the rangy. Do we want, like, one repeater? Yeah, I like the repeating crossbow. I believe in the repeating crossbow. And his army, we can... Oh, yeah, he's level 6. And when I think... So you get dragons at level 7, but I think when you go to king, you get dragons at level 6. So that's why we're seeing this here. Now... I'm like, no, not heavy spear guards. Are you kidding? Because Danyang elite spears are... Well, actually, well, they have more physical evasion. And the heavy spear guard shields are slightly better, but I mean, 26 evasion, I think the elite spears are worth holding on to for that. And we'll just get a couple, 3 of them, right? And then, you know, a couple of marines is fine, but we don't want to lean too much. Oh yeah, engineers. The noble engineer, yeah, we'll get 2 engineers there, and then now this stack is ready to defend the people. Looters that are here on the river, where on earth are they going? It doesn't matter. But where on earth are they going?
来开诚布公吧。
We're at 2 food, which is, you know, crucially a positive amount of food. But taking Taiwan, that's going to be worth a bunch of food too. We don't have any more food costs coming in, but this land here is not that desirable. But we could make another vassal here and then bounce out, which is probably what we'll do, right? Once we get it sorted. Speaking of getting it sorted, now we are taking Taiwan. And that'll be the island adventure. And I think, yeah, this is all the year that we became king, right? Yeah. Which will give us an excellent stopping point. Give me the book. Give me the book. We do not get the book from either person. Oh, we don't even capture... well, you know.
百姓定会单食湖江，夹道欢
And
迎。
there's the end of the court of Wuhuan. That guy was of a destroyed faction, so we can pick him up at least to take his stuff. He might be related to us, because his dad married the sister. Nope. You know, he is cool. Gives speed to the retinue. Not bad for a yellow general at all, right? But we're not really looking for friends anymore. Boom, boom, boom. All right, yeah. So here now we don't need either of these armies down here because it's on lock, which is so good. Now we can just drop them.
主公，
You know, we should probably wait a turn for dropping all of them though, because we are going to look
参见
weak,
大人。
but it'll be fine.
有话直说。
We'll wait a turn to drop this one. So we still have plenty of seasonal deployments. So like, who's the strongest people that aren't in an army?
我绝不动摇。
Miko, good deal, and then Ishu's an admin, but we can give him a better army, and then he'll have a better army. Something red, nah, purple. Yeah, everybody's doing something productive. We might just take. Yeah, you know, she can get level 2 people, which of course lets her get veteran saber infantry at this point. No, we'll get a couple
百姓们放弃此地了吗？
couple of stabbies, and then Mike can get a lance and a lance, and an NG. NG keep. No, you know, another third engineer is just fine, and then here the modern classic, right? The well, actually, I mean, he doesn't have flame arrows. He doesn't need the horse archer there, even if he boosts horse archers, right? He doesn't need it there. We'll just get another marine. Yes, another marine. He's got a repeater, and then we'll give him the grab bag strategist special, right? And then on her, just a 4 stack of the sabres for the front, and now
保持镇定。
you know we've got an army up here that does say to the people, because okay, yeah, so this is good. We've got 3 armies on the northern front, so it doesn't look to the enemy like we're doing bad or anything. But this is excellent. The Kingdom of Zhu, 210, the rise of the warlords. You know, maybe it got named after our heir, right? After old Zhu Kun. You know, one day all of this will be his. If he becomes the leader, is it still the family members of Wu if you get a different family at the top? Probably. But anyway, this has been amazing. I had such a good time. I hope you did too. But now that we're here at the Kingdom of Zhu, which should be the Kingdom of Wu, we're going to go ahead and call the video. And then when we come back on, it'll be 3 Kingdoms era time. You know, we're going to... Because we're doing amazing on our internal management. Money is great. Money is so good that it shouldn't be a problem ever again. And that means, you know, we can keep on building the buildings. We can get the best armies. Be the most excessive guy that we can be. Only 17 million people in our lands, but we're strong as anything. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You know, it's great seeing all of you, and maybe I'll see you in a later stream or video. You have a good day. I'll be back on around later on today doing stuff, and maybe I will see you guys there. See ya.